The balance patch has changed a lot of ships. In my case, most of my ships have been actually improved since the balance patch. However, the Orthrus doesn't feel quite the same as before the patch, and that is mostly because all ships have their speed reduced by 5%, and the capacitor battery change does affect this ship a lot because the Orthrus doesn't have a lot of capacitor by default. And of course I have to say, this is a very good looking station. This is currently at Yeeting. There is a ongoing event, and well, they sure did do a very good job at the aesthetics of the main station. Now, I would like to show you the current build on the Orthrus, because there are some changes that I would like to show you. And I did lose this ship a couple days ago. It will be a very interesting video later on, that's for sure. So first let me actually go and show you the build of this ship. So the previous Orthrus was built for tank. It was a experimental shield tank which worked really well. This is the DPS Orthrus, 958.14 cold DPS with DPS rigs. These are the normal rigs, no integrations, with triple auxiliary thrusters. Now, because of the bad capacitor, I thought to change the auxiliary thrusters into capacitor rigs, or perhaps I might even use rig integrations, because the capacitor is practically the worst aspect of the Orthrus. Everything else is fine, but the capacitor has definitely been changed since the latest balance patch, and that mostly comes from the cooldown on the battery. The 30 seconds that have been added, yeah, they sure did change this ship, because those 30 seconds in most cases are very crucial. So, I did show you the rest of the build, practically the same, just the rigs have been changed. And now onto the Orthrus lost mail. Let me quickly find that. There is the Orthrus. So basically what happened here, we were waiting for that Balgorn to jump in, and we had already a bait in place, but I thought that the Orthrus might be the better bait, and well, as you can see, they did bite on the Orthrus. But I did mess up the warp, and I got caught by the Garmor. Basically, I missed the warp. Instead of warping to the Raven, I warped to a anomaly, because I misclicked, and well, I could have warped away, but I did click on the second warp a little bit too early, and the ship, well, didn't warp, and I got caught. So that's practically what happened. Thankfully, that was the cheap Orthrus, not the one that costs 18 billion. Overall, was indeed very fun, and you'll definitely see a lot of very nice fights throughout this video. I would say definitely one of the most exciting videos that I did so far, at least for the Orthrus. And of course, let me quickly show you the rest of the stats. Again, I plan to change the engineering rigs. I need more capacitor. I think I need more capacitor, or we need to get the capacitor boosters. One of these things will definitely have to happen. Alright, well, with that being said, I think it will be time to undock, and let's have some fun. Alright, warping towards the first target. There's the rattlesnake already tackled. I warped at 28 kilometers. I will quickly go towards 38 kilometers, which is the optimal orbiting distance for the Orthrus. It shouldn't go above 43-44 kilometers. will maintain orbit around 40, 38, depends from the target. Even if they move a little bit, the orbit will be slightly changed, but that's okay. Can easily maintain this orbit without a problem. Rattlesnake slowly losing the shield. Looks like the Rattlesnake does not like this Orthrus. I am now the primary target, although the large drones will never be able to catch this ship. They are just too slow, while the Orthrus is a fast little cruiser. This Rattlesnake has a very nice skin. This ship actually looks really good. I really like that skin. I actually forgot the name of that skin, but it does look really good on that ship. Rattlesnake now into low armor. They are now into hull. The alpha damage on the Orthrus is actually really good. It is comparable to the alpha damage of a battleship. Rattlesnake in very low hull. And the Rattlesnake has been destroyed. Very nice. Let me align myself towards a point in space, and then I'll go to look at the kill mill. I think the Rattlesnake had faction drones, so that might be a very nice kill. Let me take a look. 5.5 billion, not bad. Faction drones and some ship debris, very nice. That was one very nice kill. Next target we have one Raven. I will go attempt to tackle the Raven, orbit set at 38
Warp
kilometers.
drive active.
I always set the orbit before warping because sometimes I have the wrong orbit and that can lead to some very bad outcomes. For this ship, maintaining the orbit is very important and you really have to keep the optimal distance at all times. I landed at 30 kilometers, okay, that's okay. A little bit close, but still have enough time to go into optimal orbit. They have been tackled. Ship will orbit at around 43 to 38 kilometers, which is okay, well within the optimal range of the disruptors. The Raven is now shooting at me. They are using cruise missiles. Cruise missiles will not do a lot of damage to this ship because it's very fast and the explosion velocity of those missiles are just not enough to do any significant damage on this ship. It's a whole different story if that were a Typhoon. A Typhoon or Typhoon 2 do a lot of damage to a cruiser that's orbiting at this distance with this speed, because the Typhoon has better explosion velocity, which is more important than the raw DPS of the missiles. Raven is into 70-65% shield, slowly going down. It is a very tanky Raven. They are still shooting at me. You can see my capacitor slowly go down. Usually the capacitor before the balance patch was around 70-80% and it was stable, but now since the change it is around 40-50%, which is a little bit low. Does impact the shield booster a lot, and of course the capacitor battery change does not help at the tank. Forgot to mention that the afterburner and micro drive were changed as well. They have faster cycle times, which in return does use a little bit more capacitor. So this ship was really nerfed the last balance patch. Not directly nerfed, but yeah, definitely nerfed in a certain way. Nice! That Raven has been destroyed. Was a very nice catch. Let me take a look at the wreck. And now let me loot, and now I will warp out. That was a very nice kill. Now I have to wait out the criminal timer. Now here we have two ships, one Dominic's and one Ferox Guardian. With this ship, with the current build, I think I'm not going to be able to go through the tank of a Guardian, but I will try. Perhaps I can catch the Dominic's once the Guardian warps away. There's the Dominic's. Okay, let me quickly orbit that. Seems like the Ferox is slowly losing shield. I expect the Ferox to be super tanky, but we will see. The shield bubbles have also been changed, so the Ferox cannot warp. And the Dominic's is inside of the bubble, so I'm not going to be doing any damage to the Dominic's if I start shooting at the Dominic's. The Guardian is slowly losing shield. I expect at least one large shield booster on the Guardian. And of course, the Guardian has a lot of shield resistances. As you can see, my missiles are barely doing any damage, although still doing pretty decent alpha. Dominic's has warped out. Okay. Let's see if the Dominic's comes back. There is a chance that the Dominic's warps outside of the bubble. If that's the case, then I can go and engage the Dominic's. They use one tracking disruptor and one target painter. Not quite sure if they use any weapon system. So far I am not taking any damage. Thankfully, that one remaining ship, the one remaining storyline ship, doesn't have a scrambler, doesn't have any webs, so I can safely orbit at this distance. This orbit does throw me close to that ship, so I had to be careful, just in case. But that doesn't look like a elite destroyer, so it doesn't look like a elite battleship, so I should be good. They are slowly boosting shield. You know, there's a chance that they are actually using a medium shield booster or dual medium shield boosters, because I'm not doing too much damage on the shield, although they're not repairing a lot of shield, so it is kind of weird. Oh, and there is the Dominic's. Let's see if the Dominic's warped outside of the bubble. I think they actually almost did. They almost did. I think they are on the edge of the shield bubble. Let me test that theory out. If the Ferox starts taking damage, then the Dominic's is inside of the bubble. So shooting at the Dominic's is going to be pointless, so let me just continue shooting at the Ferox Guardian. Dominic's has launched large drones. Somehow they're actually faster than my ship. Oh, of course, I forgot the micro updrive. That explains the damage that I was taking. Well, now my shield is taking some damage because I wasn't using the micro warp drive on time. Now I have to wait for the drones to be behind me, but it looks like the capacitor battery has turned itself off and the shield is at around 70%. Let me try some manual flying. Ferox has fully recharged its shields. However, I'm not warping away yet. I will still fight with these two ships. Just doing some manual flying, trying to see if those drones are actually very fast. Now this is my chance to go and point the Dominics because the bubble has warped away. 61 kilometers. I need to be within range, but I was a little bit far away. That was my chance to catch the Dominics, but I was a little bit too far away and they warped. Well, that was a nice little fight. Made the mistake where I forgot to turn on the micro warp drive. Not quite sure why I have disabled the micro warp drive, but it happens. Alright, well, remember the Orthrus kill mail? Well, time to get some revenge. Warping to the
warp drive active.
To the location. The Balgorn and the Mordu frigate are both over there. They brought one Raven and one Vexor sniper. So I'm a little bit late to the party. I was on the gate. I think I was actually asleep on the gate, not quite sure, but thankfully I opened my eyes on time. There's a Vexor sniper. We practically warped at the same time, but the Vexor is not the primary target. The primary will be that Balgorn. Now let me go within the optimal range. They have been pointed. Balgorn is in around 55% armor. The Raven has warped away. The Vexor sniper is still at 100 plus kilometers away from us. Balgorn is in hole now. I'm doing some pretty good alpha damage on the tanky Balgorn. There is the frigate at 1200 kilometers away from us. Balgorn in 40% hull, also repairing armor at the same time, but the tank on that Balgorn has been broken. A little bit of hull left and the Balgorn has been destroyed. Nice! That was a very nice kill. The Garmur has warped in. Let me try to tackle the frigate. Well, we got the Balgorn, that's nice. And I don't have the criminal timer because they had the criminal timer. Now the frigate has actually returned. They have been tackled. They have been webbed and scrambled. I am approaching my optimal range. They are now within the missile range of the Orthus. First hit, 2,500 damage. That's actually really nice damage on a frigate. They have been pointed. They are in very low hull. And the frigate has been destroyed. Nice. The Orthus has been avenged. Very quickly, actually. Not bad. Let me take a look at what's inside of the wreck. Should be pretty good. Oh, nice. Some decent modules, and I got Mordu debris. Very nice. I think that's actually my own Mordu debris because I did drop one. So I guess I got my own corpse back, in a way. Next target, we have one Apocalypse, and there is one tier 8 battlecruiser. Now I was stuck at the station here, and I am just waiting for the warp in order. I think I'm actually still stuck at the station, not quite sure how that happened, but it did, so the warp might, take a while, but we will see what will happen. Alright, in warp, but as I did say, I was stuck inside of the station, but now I have warped. There is the Apocalypse Striker, there is the tier 8 battlecruiser. I landed a little bit too close to the Apocalypse. Have to quickly take range. The Apocalypse has very good tracking, so I really have to maintain a good orbit, and of course the Orthrus is the primary target. I am not surprised. The tier 8 battlecruiser is slowly going down. Okay, they have been destroyed. I have 3 tracking disruptors, and we have one RB with couple tracking disruptors as well. So they're definitely not going to be able to hit anything with those pulse lasers. Not with so many tracking disruptors. Apocalypse in low hull, and the Apocalypse is destroyed. Nice. Well, 2 more very nice kills. Let me take range. They had the criminal timer, so we don't have any timer, only the weapon timer. That was a nice kill. 2.6 billion. Let's go to the next target. We have one Vindicator. I have landed 120 plus kilometers away from that ship. They are in low armor. I have a bad feeling that that battleship will be able to... I have a very bad feeling for some reason, and I think, yep, time to go. Time to go. There goes my shield, and there goes the armor.
Warp drive active.
Well, that was interesting. They have 100% rifled railguns with at least 2 tracking computers, because there is just no other way for a Vindicator to hit one Orthrus orbiting at 40 kilometers with the blasters. They just don't have range. The only weapon system that can hit this far is the railguns. And let me take a look at the kill. The battleship has been destroyed. I did send a couple missiles, so I did participate. 4.3 billion, not bad, as I have expected. They used rifled railguns with tracking computers. Well, nice. That was surprisingly close. Almost lost the Orthrus again. Although it's very cheap, so not a big
Warp
problem.
drive active.
Let's go to the next target. Orbit set at 41 kilometers. We have one Raven, actually we have two Ravens and one Cyclone Guardian. The Guardian is the primary target. The Ravens are inside of the bubble. They have very good DPS, by the way. Both Ravens have warped out. That means only the Cyclone Guardian remains on the field. Orbiting at 41 kilometers, they are now within the optimal range of the Orthrus missiles. And they have been destroyed. Nice. That was a nice kill. Now let's go towards the next target.
Autopilot disabled.
We have one Cyclone. Let me quickly go and tackle. Well, I was a little bit too slow. They have warped away. That means we have to wait and let's see if they come back. And well, they did come back. Let me quickly tackle. This time and they warped back close, so I was able to quickly engage. Cyclone at 40% shield. I think they are using the normal medium missiles. They are now into armor. Of course, they are still boosting shield. My capacitor is also getting a little bit low. They have one Nosferatu, one target painter. I will use the capacitor battery and the shield booster to try and maintain my shield. Cyclone is now into 50% armor. They have, I think, one medium shield booster, or at least dual medium shield booster. That's definitely not a large shield booster. However, a surprisingly tanky Cyclone. They are using, I think, besides shield boosters, they are also using ballistic controls and most likely missile guidance computers, because they are doing some good damage on the Orthus. And here is the moment where the nerf on the capacitor batteries and of course the mic warp drive change will affect this ship. In prolonged fights where capacitor is important, well, I'm running out of capacitor. That used to be different. That used to be different. Back before the change, I used to have the capacitor battery right around this time, and I was able to boost the shield and I was able to maintain the capacitor. But after the change, that became a little bit more difficult. But the Cyclone was destroyed. That was a very nice fight. I'm surprised at how long this Cyclone did survive. Okay, they did use a medium shield booster, and of course they did use the medium missiles. The normal medium missiles, not rapids or not torpedoes, but the normal medium missiles. The ones that I like to use on this ship. The capacitor is still very low. Had barely enough capacitor to make the jump. That's like the biggest downside of the ship currently, is its capacitor. The tank was non-existent even before the patch, but now, after the capacitor battery nerf, well, I really need the capacitor boosters in order to solve that problem. Or I think I will solve the problem by changing the rig integrations. We will see what will happen. I have a couple ideas for this ship. Okay, setting orbit at 38 kilometers. We have one tier 8 battlecruiser. I landed at 83 kilometers. I have to quickly go within the optimal range, just in case if they decide to use tracking computers and hit me. Okay, into optimal range, they have been pointed. It looks like they don't have a tank, so that ship should go down quickly. The battlecruiser is now at low shield. Now they are taking armor damage. Well, surprisingly, that ship is tanky. Now my missile skills are the same as before. I think I even maxed them out. Now they are on all relevant skills for this ship are on level 5. I know that the damage mods have been nerfed. Well, not technically nerfed, but changed. So the passive effect is now greater than the active effect. So I think that's what's happening here. However, I'm still doing pretty good damage, but that ship is tanky. So I would say that they have really good battlecruiser skills. But one more hit and they should be destroyed. Alright, nice. The battlecruiser has been destroyed. Let me loot the wreck. After I loot the wreck, I will wait out the criminal timer. Not bad loot. Now let me burn away from the center of the mission, just in case. Not bad. A decent build. Let's warp towards the next target.
Warp drive active.
Orbit set at 40 kilometers. Our target is another Raven. Landed at 52 kilometers, which is just in the perfect distance for my medium missiles. A Raven is into around 35-40% shield. They have been pointed. This Raven looks to be tanky, although the Balgoran will eliminate the capacitor of the Raven, so the tank is going to be unusable. Raven is now into armor, going down very quickly. They are still boosting shield, however the tank has been broken, so the shield booster will not do much. Raven is now into hull, taking big hits from the Balgoran. Half armor deleted on the Raven with one laser cycle from the Balgoran. A Raven has been destroyed, nice. Another very nice kill. Let me burn away. The adaptive shield hardener also has a very big impact on the capacitor on this ship, and I have nearly maxed out all the relevant shield skills. Surprisingly, my armor skills are one level lower than the shield skills, which, you know, is kind of funny because I fly some really expensive armor tank ships. Next target, we have one Drake. I landed a little bit too close. Let me quickly take range. Okay, we'll orbit at 38 kilometers. The Drake slowly losing shield. The Drake is now into low shield. My missiles didn't hit for some reason. That happens sometimes. It's when the ship is a little bit too fast. Okay, the Drake has been destroyed. Let me take range. And let's wait out the criminal timer. Let's take a look at the kill. Not bad. Let's warp towards the next target.
Active.
We have one Hurricane. They have been pointed. Let me orbit at 38 kilometers. That looks like a tanky Hurricane. They are surviving 1900 DPS from the Vigilant. Well, maybe I said that too early. Hurricane lost shield very quickly, and they also lost armor quickly, and well, that was fast. That was a nice kill. Let me take range. And also we got scanned. That was weird. Usually that doesn't happen that often. Well, I think nothing. I think no one will warp in. Yeah, I think we are safe. Let's go to the next target. They have been tackled. I think we have a prophecy.
Warp drive active.
Let's quickly go and engage the prophecy. Orbit at 38-39 kilometers, just in case. There's the prophecy. They are using medium drones, Valkyries. the fastest drones, so I have to be careful. They can be a threat to the Orthrus. They have been pointed. You can see how the medium drones chase the interceptor. The interceptor has the whole beehive after their ship. But those... hopefully those drones are not going to be able to catch up with the interceptor. That's a fast ship. But Valkyries are also fast drones. Yep, they are still chasing after the interceptor, okay. Prophecy in low armor, they're now into hull. Now the beehive is after the Orthrus. Prophecy in low hull. And the prophecy has been destroyed. Nice. Nice little catch. Let me loot the wreck and then I can proceed to wait out the criminal timer. Okay, not bad loot. Very nice. Now let's warp away and let's wait out the timer.
Warp drive active.
Overall, a very decent kill. Very decent loot. Let's go towards the
Warp
next
drive
target.
active.
A lot of ships have been destroyed today. Including my Orthus. But that's okay. We destroyed the Balgorn and we also destroyed the Mordu frigate. We have a Apocalypse. Apocalypse already into low hull. Let me just launch one missile volley into that ship and they have been destroyed. Nice. I was a little bit late. There were actually two battleships, but by the time I arrived, both of them have been eliminated. Well, actually, one of them has been eliminated. The other one, well, I did manage to shoot one missile volley. Nice kill. And well, that would be it for today. Was very fun, I have to admit. One of the best runs that I've ever had with the Orthus. A lot of very nice ships have been destroyed, and overall, it was very fun. So, I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.